Musa Dankwa is Executive Director for Global Info Analytics. I've spoken to him on several occasions. I've also seen him come in on Pampaso, but this is the first time we are sitting face to face to have a conversation, and it's always wonderful to speak to you. I hope you're well.
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Well, we're talking about the national polls that he did. He is not the Global Info Analysis is not only focused on elections. They're also talking about governance issues that will influence where people actually decide to place their votes. First of all, give us okay. So I want to start by asking. You've been doing this for quite a while.
Yes, 4 years now.
4 years now.
Yes.
How has the experience been like?
It's been a very good learning experience, and also an experience that requires resilience, tenacity, and making sure that your ethics are not off guard.
Okay.
In order to be credible, I think these things have to be enforced together, and especially on ethics grounds. Once you're not ethical, you're compromised, the whole value of the work goes down the drain, and we are keen to guard against that as a company.
Well, when you say ethical, which particular ethics have been tested when it comes to you?
I think a whole lot of ethics have been tested. One, to try to compromise the data you're collecting, by trying to push people who may infiltrate you to try and skew the raw data from source. So we don't actually recruit anybody who gets in touch with us from social media. We don't.
You never
recruit anybody from social media. Absolutely not. If we advertise on social media, it's for market research, commercial value.
For market research only?
Yes. But for political research, we have people who we've been working with, and we recruit through them. People they know that they know that they know. It's a snowballing kind of thing we do for political opinion polls, because we don't want to be infiltrated by people who can compromise the data.
So you go quite a long way. There are those who even suggest that in some cases, have there also been inducement financial offered to you?
They've been attempts. In 2019 there was an attempt. In 2020 there was an attempt. 2020 was an attempt. But they've understood that we're not going to be allowed ourselves to be influenced by those things, because some of us are not money motivated. We don't get into by money, so that's not our business, because it's a company, it's not a think tank. So once you do that, the whole company ethos and goes down the drain. We've put enough in the company to make it survive than to take some few monies here and there to collapse the company. We don't want to do that.
If it is a company, meaning if I am going to enter into a contest and I speak to you, that I want you to test the ground for me,
we do that.
You do that,
and we charge you. It's not free, we charge you. And those ones are called the private polling, or they call the internal polls. It doesn't get discussed in the public. We don't talk about them, we don't acknowledge them, and so you don't. And even those ones, we have ethics that guide the way we do such polls. Because we are a company, we're not sticking to one particular party or individual or group of people. We are there for everyone to hire, from private individuals, from MPs from both sides, and parties from both sides, and campaign from both sides, and other people who are international. So we are driven entirely by commercial interests and doing the thing right. So we don't mess with our ethics when it comes to polling.
So Radio Gold can recruit you? You do polls in a particular area for Radio Goals?
Absolutely.
But if you are doing a poll, like in this case, you won't allow anybody
we don't allow anybody to sponsor that poll. That is our part of what we call the CSR. That's what we do as a company, as part of our corporate social responsibility for the people of this country. That's our contribution.
Well, so now let's talk about this current post that you did. But before we go there, I can just recall something. I recall vividly my conversation with you in the lead up to Asin North. And the conclusion at the time for you was that you are open to anything based on the data you are getting. And you stated, if I recall vividly, and correct me if I'm wrong, that in the Ever community, Jansopoku was leading, and that told you that there was the people were not being sincere.
Absolutely, and we were right in our thinking. And also, we were right in thinking that in other places that we went to, they were economical with the truth.
Okay.
Because normally after polls, we have a conference call with the team on the ground to tell us the overall impression, what they feel about what they were being told by the people. And you have I think they were being caged. There's some of the things they were saying. So we pick intelligence that cannot go into the data.
Okay.
Those are qualitative data that we pick. So we're able to use that to say, okay, even though this person is leading, based on our intelligence from the data, we believe that he won't win because of these factors. And that's exactly what we said about Asinov. Charles Poku was leading 1.1, but knowing what we knew, we said he's unlikely to win.
He's unlikely to win, even though your polls showed.
Yes.
He was leading.
And one of the reasons was that, it's highly unusual for the Ewe community to be backing NPP candidate strongly. We've never seen that before. Even in Hohoi, it was skirt and blouse. That happened. And one of the candidates was, in fact, is one of them, Ewe himself. So, it was quite strange that NPP candidate was doing well in the area communities in Praso, in Kushia, in Enja, in Senchim. So it was an alarm that this cannot be right.
So that was what drew your attention to that.
Yes. It's a flag. And also one of the reasons we believe it wasn't right was that the first poll we did in Asinov, those who said they were going to take bribe and vote for a candidate was 31%.
31%.
At the time, there was no money in the constituency, there was no vote buying in the constituency. But 4 weeks after that interview, that poll, the number has shot up to 78%.
The number of people who
said they will take the bribe and vote for a candidate was 78%.
78% of the people you polled
said they would take the money and vote for the person giving the money.
Oh, so they were ready to sell their votes for.
But did they sell the vote? No. But at that time, money was there. No, I will play around. I will play along. Oh, what money but their plans were in their heads. And we saw that in the exit poll. So we need to know people cannot just move from being ethical 31% to very unethical 78%. People don't just change like that in 4 weeks. So something was driving that. And what was driving that was they
saw the money.
The money. So and people are broke. Assuming we've been sent by the government to see who is going to vote for them and give them the money. Why should I say no? I won't vote for you, and then I'll lose my money that I was supposed to be given. So they were very smart. They were very cagey. So all of those things were hints or pointers that look, these guys have their plans in their head. And then also you have a chunk of 6.9 saying that they are undecided.
Okay.
In these clear elections, there's very room for people to be undecided.
That was quite high for you.
Quite high for a constituency by election was keenly contested. So we knew that something was being hidden in the undisclosed, and you can't scientifically, allocate them to Ichikwesin or Chasopoku. So you have to allow them to decide on the election day. That's why when you do a poll and a huge number of people are undecided, higher than the margin of error, you cannot predict using the polls. Right?
Way to go.
Yes, unless you are bold to defy the numbers, as we did. We defied the fact that Charles was leading 1.1 to say that even though he's leading, we believe that
he was unlikely to win.
The person was going to win. We've gone against the numbers and placed our faith in our intelligence.
So whilst you're doing the polls, you're also picking.
Yes, we do.
Your intelligence.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so you are testing your data against the intelligence you pick.
Even when we are speaking to delegates, as we did last time, they won't just give you answers. Sometimes they talk before they pick the answer. In the course of the talking, you know where they should have voted.
Okay.
But they say, I'm undecided or I will not disclose. He had a chat with you, give me all the hint that he could vote. He's going to vote this way. Like in the end,
oh,
you see, because people don't just give you answers like that. They talk to you. We were born home. We saw you see. So there are all the pointers to tell this person may vote Bawumia or may vote Alan. Okay. But in the end, he says, undecided.
He's still yet to make up his mind.
Exactly. But he said enough
to tell you where he will lean.
Yes. So sometimes, and those things that you pick intelligently, you can't put them in the report. You must stick to the fact of what he said to you, undecided. So looking at all the kind of incidents of discussion and conversation, you can pick where these guys should be voting if it wasn't for something. And then in the end, I know, but I won't tell you. But we've somehow disclosed it to you, to us, through other means.
So what lessons are you learning from SENA? Is money a major factor in people taking one, telling you where they will vote?
My answer is no. Okay. Absolutely no. If we think that people will take money and vote for you, believe me, knowing that the vote is their secret and that they will take the money and vote their conscience. And I'm happy the way that some people kind of voted. For anybody who loves democracy, we should punish anybody. It doesn't matter whether it's NPP or NDC who use money to buy people's conscience.
Okay.
I don't believe in those kind of things. I don't. Honestly, I don't.
Well, if you just join, and I'm speaking to the Executive Director of Global Info Analytics, Mr. Musa Dankwa. Now, let's move on to your latest national polls. And I've been trying to follow as many as I can. Okay, so first let's start with what your current findings are and what has changed.
There has been some movement within the NPP primaries. And there has been some movement even in the governance of the country in terms of people's perception about what is going on.
Okay.
And another movement in the general elections.
Okay.
In fact, even though there has been a movement, when it comes to the governance, it's quite profound in terms that the number of people who think that we're heading in the wrong direction has reduced, which is a good thing for the government and for the NPP party. And those who said they disapproved the president's performance has come down from a high of 65 to around 60 now. So it's a kind of good trend for the NPP and the government. And also those who talk about corruption being on the rise has also reduced. So there's a good news in the governance side, for the government, which if that continues, it's going to probably have impact on the poll numbers. Because these things are linked together. And then you have the NPP race, which has been jolted by now the filing of nominations and so on and so forth. And you have seen people taking position now among all voters. Remember, this is not delegate. These are Ghanaian voters who were expressing their views if they were delegate. So we've seen some shift within the all voters. But the biggest shift has come in the people who said they are MPP supporters. That's where there's a huge shift in the numbers there. It's quite profound. And that is putting Bawumia on the tip of leading by almost 50%. But then also you look at the other side when you have a runoff among Ghanaians, then the Ghanaians go for Alan. And then when it's a runoff in NPP go for Bawumia. So there's a lot of things happening within the NPP race.
So, so before I come to the governance issue, you're saying that the preference of the Ghanaian when it comes to Ghanaian voter is different from the preference of majority of the NPP supporters.
Yes, in some respect, because if you look at all voters, Ghanaians, Bawumia leads with 3% or less, slightly. Not that much. But when it comes to NPP as a political group, their supporters, Bawumia leads by a huge margin. But then if you ask Ghanaians that if the NPP race goes into runoff, who would you vote for? Ghanaians then go and vote for Alan. Because the gap between Alan and Bawumia was 3% or 2%. But there were about 20% of them that were voting for Kennedy. In the runoff, the Kennedy guys come together and vote for Alan. That's why Alan leads among the nation when it comes to runoff. Yes.
But within NPP supporters, Bawumia still leads.
Bawumia still leads.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Because when you started this, Alan had quite a lead.
Yes.
Before Kennedy Agyapong entered the race.
Yes. No, when it was Bawumia with a huge lead.
Okay, when you started,
yes,
Bawumia was the
huge lead, and then he kept dropping all the way. This is the first time he's risen in the poll, and that probably coincided with his campaign launch. You know, when you launch a campaign, you get a bump.
Okay,
you know, and it was kind of a huge campaign launch with all the razzmatazz to go with it, and that sometimes create an impression of a leading candidate.
Yeah,
and people who sometimes don't know where to go tend to
follow. Okay,
yeah. So you expect that to happen after any campaign is launched with this kind of fanfare. Once that is done over time, if it's a genuine lead, he will maintain it. If it's not, it will begin to slide over time.
Okay. So this comes after the campaign.
Yes.
So the euphoria is still there.
It's still there.
Okay. But there's the person in the race who seems to be a chief maker. But how well is he doing actually? Mr. Kennedy Agyapong, when he walked in
fact, nationally, he has seen improvement.
Okay.
But within NPP, he has slept. It's a mixed bag for him.
Okay.
Among Ghanaians, his numbers has gone up by 2% compared to last time. But within NPP, he's lost 5%.
He's lost 5%?
Yes. That's quite huge.
And where is that 5% going? Towards Bawumia?
He went to Bawumia.
To Bawumia?
Yes. And Alan lost 4%.
And he also
went to Bawumia.
It's interesting that people will leave Kennedy Agyapong and go and follow Bawumia.
you see, when it comes to opinion poll, there are those whose minds are fixed.
Okay.
I mean, we don't feel that we have to do that now. But at a point, we'll begin to ask people whether they are likely to change their vote or they are unlikely to change it. Sometimes there are people say, oh, I may change my vote. Those people become vulnerable to events going on. And then those people can switch sides because they're not very committed, very firm supporters.
Okay.
So as a campaign, you must understand what proportion of your voters are vulnerable to switch their vote.
Okay.
If you don't have that idea, you're going to be laughing on the wrong side of your mouth. Yes. You must know those who are committed, firm, whether it rains or shines, they are with you. And there are those that say, yeah, I'm with him right now, but I may change my mind. So if he hears something very nice from that other camp, that he feels, this list to me, I mean, they will jump ship.
But are you able to tell the reason Bawumia is doing so well? Because if you listen to people speak about him, you're like, he shouldn't be doing that well. But then he's doing quite well.
You see, it should not surprise people because some of these numbers are partisan numbers.
Okay.
That's why we look at the demography of voters in terms of NDC, NPP, floating voters, those who did not disclose their party affiliation to us. So you can see real better understand of what is going on. Now, when you look at NPP as a bloc, they think in a similar way. Right?
Okay.
And what happened is that if you are able to reduce the number of people who said I'm not voting, then that support goes up. We've seen that there's apathy in NPP.
Okay.
So once that apathy recedes slightly, the number of people who are coming to vote will begin to increase, and it will impact what you are seeing. Excuse me.
Okay. So going forward, you are expecting some changes.
Yes, because I mean, especially when NPP elects the flag bearer, whoever becomes the flag bearer, we will then have a stable poll.
Okay.
When people will then say, okay, I now know that it's Bawumia, and I know that it's Alan.
Okay.
I'm going to make the decision now.
So that's Bawumia. What about the other candidates? Because yesterday, I think was Kobna Agyapong launched his campaign. The Agric Minister has been, one of them was heavily reported in the media as a Agric Minister. I saw Dr. Kofi Kunedu Apreku recently. How are all those other candidates, how are they faring?
In fact, if you look at the April poll compared to July poll, apart from the top three that gained some numbers, it was only Kobna Agyapong. He's now leapfrogged everybody in the lower button to become fourth in the ranking of Ghanaians.
Okay.
So after Alan Bawumia, who was on 36% now, Alan 33%, Ken 25%. The next is Kobna Agyapong on 1.5%.
1.5%.
1.5%. And then you have Dr. Usua Friakoto 1.1%.
Okay.
You have Agyapong on 0.9%.
Okay.
And you have Kujopoku 0.7%. You have Joe Gatti 0.7%. Dr. Apraku on 0.6%. And the bottom is now Adainimo 0.4%.
0.4%
among all voters.
Okay, that's among all voters.
Yes.
Wow, quite an interest. But let me go back to the matter of, because when it comes to this issue, it's usually delegates who are making the decision. As in a synod, did you still have the experience of some people actually saying we're ready to sell it?
The delegates?
Yes.
No, yes. I mean, not necessarily tell you that they're going to sell it. Some of them don't want to disclose their real voting intention because they know that people are coming to them to buy their vote.
Okay.
So if you say, oh, I'm for this guy, and you've been sent by another guy, you tell them, or see, so don't. So it's a business at the moment. So they don't want to disclose their vote. Those who want to do a double trade, what do you call it, double agent, or Bejuwaha, Ajiwaha. So Okasiwaha, it means we know where the bar on farm manu, but he knows where he stands.
Okay.
And sometimes when you speak to him as pollster, they don't know whether you are independent or you are polling for Bawumia or polling for Alan or polling for Kennedy or polling for something. And somebody could tag people who they are speaking to and say, where Alan, where this, where and that. So if you want to go and approach them, then you know that this person already taken from Alan, so don't go there. So they are quite smart.
How big is that number of people who say?
Look, it's a business. I mean, it's quite a good number of people.
Who usually go for undecided.
For those who said Bawumia, they are clear in their mind. So even if you bring the money, they will take it and not vote for you.
Okay.
And for those who said they are Alan, they are for Alan. If you bring money, they will take it, but they won't vote for you. But there are those who said undisclosed. He knows where he wants to vote, but he wants to stay somewhere neutral. So that when there's money coming in,
he will take from everywhere.
As they did in Asenov. And there are those who said undecided. So you have to come and convince him with money, so he will decide how to vote.
Now you're also ruling out the possibility that there may be some people who tell you Bawumia because they believe that that's where the cash is.
You see, what we believe is that people who take entrenched positions, they are very firm in their mind.
Okay.
Through the conversation, look, he will speak. This is what he wants to do, and you know them.
Okay.
Those who want to vote for Alan, they are not. They are not. I mean, there's no doubt in their mind.
Okay.
As to who they want to vote for. Those that are dangerous are those who are saying they're undecided or I will not disclose.
I love Radio
Okay. Those are the dangerous group, and they are about almost a quarter of the voters who we spoke to among delegates.
A quarter?
Yes, about 25% of them.
So
9% said they know who they are voting for, but they won't tell us. And 15% said that they are undecided. These are the people who are really going to shape the race, NPP race.
15%,
9%.
You put it together, you're around 24%.
Yeah, 24%.
That's sizable.
Huge.
So all this data that you are looking at currently could be significantly affected by people who are just standing on there.
Absolutely.
That's huge.
Absolutely. Because nobody see, and the margin of error was 2.5%, I think.
Okay.
So the number that is outstanding is 24%. So anything in that race is possible.
Because if they throw it behind Kennedy Agyapong, that's huge.
That's it. If they go for Alan, that's it. If they go for Bawumia, that's it.
But how are the candidates faring when they go up? Because the NDC has settled theirs. They have decided on former President Mahama.
Yes.
So you will also be considering which of them, if you put against Mahama, will emerge, will do better. Is any of them in a position to, from your polls, beat him?
We will say beat at this stage. We are very careful as possible with the language we use.
Okay.
But sometimes the media take your word and kind of twist it.
Okay.
Now, at the moment, none of them is leading Mahama. That's the language we use.
Okay.
Against Bawumia, Mahama is on 55% and Bawumia on 37%.
55, 37.
37. Okay. A gap of about 18%.
Okay.
If you put in Alan in the equation, Alan is the candidate, then you have Mahama on 54%, 1% lower.
Okay.
But Alan is on 39%.
Okay. Okay.
So there's 15% gap
15%
margin between Mahama and Alan, and 18% gap between Mahama and Bawumia. So on paper, from the data, the data only, Alan is the strongest person to compete against Mahama.
When you do that, do you still have people sitting on the fence?
No, you see, we have become a bit smart in the way we do our polls.
Okay.
And the way Ghanaians are, truly. We want to really be very close to their true voting intentions.
Okay.
So if you look at this poll, we haven't given people option to say undecided.
Oh, okay.
When you give them that chance, they'll go and hide there.
So they have to choose.
They have to choose. But then we give them a room to say someone else.
Okay.
We haven't named anybody. So if you are truly undecided, you first say someone else. If you are truly undecided. And that someone else could contain all other candidates that we haven't put up in this survey yet. But once we have people contesting, Andrews and co, we'll put their names as candidates. After the NPP primary has been completed, then we'll have all of them there. Then we'll see how voters actually vote.
Okay.
For now, we are limiting them to these two choices plus someone else, so we can really drill down the data and see what people are doing.
But among NPP supporters for now, Dr. Bawumia is leading.
Yes, it's leading.
Leading.
Yes.
Okay.
And I should say again here, leading doesn't mean winning.
Okay.
Because we have 4 months to the elections.
Okay.
And as we saw in SENA, somebody led, but he lost.
Okay.
So we should be very careful with the way we use the words. I've heard people on radio ridicule that we said somebody was leading and he didn't win.
Okay.
And English word winning and leading are not the same thing.
Okay.
And even in polling, see, I can say somebody is winning if I'm confident that there's no way the other guy will catch him up.
Okay.
Looking at the fact that I have, there's no way somebody will come from this level to beat this person. But we have 2 minimums ahead for the NPP race, and even for the national election race. We don't know what will happen when NPP picks its candidate, how close the race will be, because we hope that the race will tighten up.
Okay.
It won't be that high number, but when it tightens up, and we have some history, then we can say that the way these things are going, we think this person will win. That would be different from saying somebody's leading.
But who is the biggest gainer here in your polls? Because I'm sure you're monitoring who is actually benefiting. Is it former President John Mahama? Is it Kennedy Agyapong? Is it Alan Chairman Dr. Bawumia? Who was gaining?
If you look at the poll numbers, it's Mahama that has remained steady and gaining grounds.
Okay. Steady and gaining grounds.
Yes. If you look at the April polls for Mahama against Bawumia, Mahama was on 55%. Bawumia 38%.
Okay.
Someone else 7%.
Okay.
In July, Mahama remains at 55%.
Okay.
Bawumia drops to 37%.
Okay.
And someone else goes up to 8%. So people have moved from Bawumia to someone else. It means they are doubting his candidature.
Okay.
They didn't move from him to Mahama. What normally happens is that if this continues, those who have moved to someone else, when they are deciding, they are highly unlikely to come back to Bawumia.
They will go to
the opposition candidate. That's how polling works. In people's mind, I don't be with you, leave you for a while, and come back to you. They normally leave you to go to a position just to transition themselves. And then from there, they go somewhere else. And normally, if you have high number of someone else, or on election day, they go against the incumbent.
Oh, okay.
The incumbent government. As we saw in SENA.
I love Radio God!
In the NPP, you said within the NPP, Kennedy Agyapong
is sliding in the poll, yes.
Okay. But then who is gaining? Is it Bawumia?
It's Bawumia.
And I realize you attributed that partly to the campaign launch.
The campaign launch, and also the fact that people have taken positions after filing of nomination.
Okay.
Those who were sitting on the fence went with the bandwagon. And he peeled the support from Allen and support from Kennedy.
Well, if you just join us, I'm speaking to Mr. Musa Dankwa of Global Info Analytics. So that's about the elections. Now, you said the two polls, the issues of governance and how that informs the decisions people made are interlinked.
Yes.
So you are seeing a correlation between the numbers based on the way people are thinking now.
Yes.
You're saying it's looking good for the government?
Yes, for what we've seen, yes. But surprisingly, usually what we see is that there's a correlation between those direction of the country and the performance of the president and how Bawumia does in the poll.
Okay.
We've seen that the direction of the country and the Nayado's performance has gone up.
Okay.
Has gone up.
Okay.
And it's been driven entirely from an increased support within NPP. There are more people in NPP saying that Ghana is heading in the right direction than before. And also more people in NPP are approving of the way Nayado is doing his job.
Okay.
That is the result that resulted in Bawumia being able to go into Alan's camp and take some vote. Go into Ken and take some vote because he's linked with the president.
Okay. But
so I'm now explaining why secondary data, why Bawumia could have shot up in the polls within NPP. Because the number of people who said they are NPP are approving the president has gone up compared to the last period.
Okay.
And the number of MP supporters who are saying that the country is heading in the right direction has also gone up. And those has benefited the incumbent candidate or the salary candidate, which is Bawumia.
Okay.
So if Nana slides in the poll, Bawumia will come down with him.
Oh, within the NPP.
Within the NPP.
But nationally,
and it eventually affects him nationally, because then when you look at the national number, it comprises of NPP, NDC, floating votes. So once you are going down here, overall it will bring you down.
Okay. So even the people who still want to vote NPP, you are saying when the government's performance in the polls falls, even if they will vote NPP, they will switch to another candidate than Bawumia.
Yes. Because those who are angry with the government will not vote for Bawumia. They will go for the alternatives.
In which, because talking about, is it, I think the people call it popularity rating or...
Yes.
How well is the president doing now?
He is not doing badly, to be very honest. If you look at his approval rating, job approval rating, in April, he was on 29% approved and 65% disapprove.
You said 29%
approve, 65 disapprove.
65% of the people you polled thought the president was not doing a good job
in April.
Okay.
But currently, the number has changed. Now you have 34% approving his performance.
Okay.
Up 5%.
Okay.
And those who disapprove, down 5%.
Okay.
So people have moved from disapproval into approval.
Okay.
5%. He's gained 5%. So he is on right trajectory at the moment. In January, he slipped. No, in fact, in January it was higher. He slipped in April and it's gonna up again in July. So he's recovered from where he was in April.
Okay.
Now, if you look at the party affiliation of people who are approving him, let's look at that's where it tells you that now you have 38% of NPP supporters disapproving the president.
Okay.
60% approving him.
Okay.
So quite a bit. Now, if you look at the NDC, approval of president is 13%. Disapproval, 82%. People who said they are NDC supporters. If you go to floating voters, 23% of them disapprove the president. 67 disapprove of floating voters.
Okay, so 23% approve.
Approve.
67
disapprove.
Disapprove. Okay.
And the other party's supporters, 31% approve and 63% disapprove for the president. And for those who do not disclose their party affiliation to us, 31% approve, 55 disapprove. So, except for NPP supporters, every other demographic disapprove the president by majority.
But is it good for him? But you said that is getting better for him.
It's getting better.
Within the NPP.
It was worse before, yes. Even among Ghanaians, because NPP people are also Ghanaians. So when you add the numbers together, when the support for him increases, it brings down the overall average of disapproval.
And then you're talking about the factors.
Yes.
Said those who thought that corruption was on the rise had gone down.
Yes. If you look at, in fact, we can start with corruption.
Okay.
We asked them what is Ghanaians' view about the state of corruption in Ghana today.
Okay.
Is it improving? Is it the same? Or is it getting worse? Or they have no opinion? In April, 6% said they didn't have opinion about what corruption was in this country. 16% said it was improving.
Okay.
20% said it is the same. And 58% said it was getting worse. That was in April.
Okay.
Now, in July, those who said it's getting worse is down to 53%.
Okay.
So it's a positive trend.
Okay, for them.
Okay, for them. And those who said it is the same has gone up from 20% to 25%.
20 to 25%.
Yes, the same. So there's a shift between getting worse and the same. They move from getting worse and came to the same. So you can see that it moved from worse to the same. It didn't go to improving.
Okay.
In fact, it's improving, reduced by 1% to 15%.
So somebody left improving, maybe went to...
Went to is the same.
Yeah, okay.
That's what happened.
Okay.
And people went from it's improving to probably no opinion. So there has been a slight shift. But overall, which is the worst part, getting worse, that number has come down.
Okay.
But it hasn't benefited from those who are saying that it's improving.
It's improving.
You must make sure that it is improving, goes up rather than staying the same. If you say the same, it means there's no big difference between you and your predecessor when you were accusing them of the same.
Okay. What about the other indicators? Which other indicators have you been testing?
We looked at people's standard of living.
Okay. Standard of living. Okay.
We asked them, compared to the last 12 months, what do they think about the standard of living? Is it improving? Is it getting worse? Or is it unchanged?
Okay.
And in April, 16% said it's improved.
Okay.
Now in July, that number is 19%. It's gone up 3%.
Really?
Yes. They say it's improved, but maybe you are suffering. That's the reason why I say improvement in your life. So don't complain.
That's why I am surprised.
Because see, this is a population random sampling from across the country.
Okay.
Some people's lives have improved.
Okay.
Even though people others are suffering.
Yeah.
So we are not
so
the same.
16 to 19.
To 19.
Improve. Okay.
And those who said it's gotten worse has reduced. That's quite huge. From 54% to 45%.
45%?
Yeah, that's quite huge.
Okay.
And then those who said it's unchanged moved from 25 to 29%.
Okay.
Unchanged. So you see, movement from getting worse to unchanged and then to improved. But those who have no opinion is now 7%, 2 up from April, which is 5%.
Yeah, 2% of people, 2%
up from 5% in April.
They do not know whether it is getting worse for them or not.
So see, some of these things feed into the NPP race.
Okay. Especially the matter of standard of living.
Yes. And then the last one we did ask them was about we asked for those who said it's gotten worse or it's the same. We asked them whether they were optimistic that things would improve in the next 12 months.
Okay.
Optimism for the future. 57% said they were not optimistic that things will improve in the next 12 months.
That's quite high.
Yes, because that is what the sentiment of the people matters.
Okay.
If he's not hopeful that things will change, he will form an opinion about how he's going to vote now.
Oh, okay. 57%. That's quite close to Mohammed's 55%.
Okay.
Okay.
We can even analyze how these people are voting.
Okay.
And we can analyze that cross-tab against those who answer this question. Who are they voting for? And you can see the evidence there.
Okay. Okay. But what about those who think that, those who are hopeful?
No, those who were hopeful were 27%.
27%?
Yes. And 16% didn't have opinion.
An opinion?
Yes.
Okay. 27%.
57% for no hope. And then 16 for no opinion.
Quite interesting. What I'll do is I'll take a break. When I come back, I'll be asking for, I'm sure we did some regional breakdowns.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, I'll be asking for, because the vice president has been also talking about the fact that he has been selling Muslim North. We'll see how he's doing there actually. So when we come back, Mr. Musa Dankwa will take us to the regional breakdowns. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Mafuya meya ese hepatitis me to ase me sirimu asa waya bi na ekiki me emuya meya
sciatica any bone fracture no you do Power Specialist Herbal Hospital. Dr. Kosua Dua ya betrete
sciatica entini any bone fracture nompemu yare Power Specialist Herbal Hospital ebe hwe me wahu
entemukura one ma specialize wasa area ropa yare ba konso ne saye omombre pa hepatitis B, stroke, diabetes, akumamu yare ahoro, typhoid, awo, dunso mu yare. Ni nyina Power Specialist Herbal Hospital. Koko wode abef mfidie be hwehwe mu yie ansa na wode mu nduro na nanam no akam Accra or Kwabenya ACP Road wasi Power Bus Stop wo ho a Kumase or Fayase wani Josbro filling station de hwe num ena takrade so Anaji Estates Customs Road Ghana ha ba bi obi a wo bi amfre 0244 54 44 22 and 0200 38 38 31.
Power Specialist Herbal Hospital.
Hepatitis B ayaresa and kasa.
So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace.
My name is Diana Hamilton, VGMA Artist of the Year 2021 and Brand Ambassador of Awake Purified Drinking Water. I am super excited to partner with Ghana's first charity-driven water to give back to our communities. Awake is a brand that makes a difference. We impact the world around us. That is why for every bottle of Awake water you buy, an amount is donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center. Yes, every time you quench your thirst with a refreshing bottle of Awake, you're helping contribute to save lives. So keep drinking Awake Purified Drinking Water and let's continue making a difference. Awake Water, one for life, supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, sweetheart. No, what did you do? Inti kata weni mami.
So if you unkuwa na woni Aquataps Food Safe ana. Sila nini aba udini debiano. Aquataps Food Safe. Ana medoro rohu. Ansana wedio.
Omo sanso Aquataps Water Purification Tablets. Ema omwa. Omo di ebulu munsio. Efo munsio. Sunsio. Eni nsuo a ehonte. Edi ye wanda ade adwuma. Onse nkwada yisu di agro wo fom. Na maponu di yisu ehie ye pa. Eno nti na mato Aquataps Surface Disinfectant. Enti hotels, restaurants, hospitals, sachet water manufacturers. Eni fiefie mu. Aquataps Water Purification Surface Disinfectant. Eni food tablets abama mo say. Ebe doing every waterborne diseases mu. Safe water, safe world. Friend wa woman trofo so 050-169-4275 Kumase ana 020-907-7726 Accra ana 024-459-3381 Koforidia. Ubenya Aquataps wo pharmacies, drugstores, any supermarkets mu. Nanso sa wo pedudu etua. Enye Kokosak Pharmacy. Okaisi Drug Lane. FDA agi edwadi enkratu atu.
Every morning, there are two types of people who wake up in our beautiful country. There is...
Good morning, dear.
What is good about this morning?
Oh,
what? This bed is too old. Why do I still feel tired after sleeping for 8 hours?
But what is wrong with this bed?
Listen, are you changing the bed or not?
It's okay. I'll change. I'll change.
And then there is...
Good morning, dear.
Good morning, my love.
How was your sleep, love?
Sleep, papa. Ade, papa.
The difference between a happy morning and a battleground ground morning is a good night's sleep on ash foam Adepa bed. Adepa bed is a mattress, a base, and a headboard all in one, made with superior materials to last a lifetime. Get a massive 10% discount on Adepa bed set. Call 0243-200-729 or 0248-005-300. Adepa bed. Adepa papa. Only from ash foam. Ash foam, feel it, know it.
Well, that should take us to 46 minutes past 9. We have 14 minutes to go to bring this show to a close. I'm hoping that we'll get to the point where we can pick a few calls. That's my hope. That's my hope. And like I still have in studio Mr. Musa Dankwa, Executive Director of Global Info Analytics. So let's go into the NPP race again. And tell me, how are the regions doing? Is Bawumia in complete control of the north?
No, for now he seems to be in a very good position from the numbers we've seen in terms of the NPP race. If you look at which is very, for me, the most important among MPP voters only. We should expect some sort of correlation between MPP voters and delegates somehow, or sometimes too they do their own thing. But I think that's where we want to look at it. Now, in terms of Ahafo region, Bawumia is backed by 70% of MPP voters in Ahafo. In Ashanti region, 45%. Alan is in 34%. In Ashanti region.
Ashanti region?
Yes.
So Bawumia is 45% in Ashanti region.
Ashanti region. And Alan 34, Ken 20%.
34, Ken 20%.
Yeah. So even hearing about coming together, maybe they've seen the numbers. You look at the Bono Ahafo region, Bawumia is in 59%. Alan very poorly there, 14%, and Ken 24% in Bono.
So Ken is second
in Bono. Yes. Then you come to Bono East. Bawumia is on 52%.
52%.
Alan 32%. Ken 12%. In Bono East, Bawumia is on. Is it business? Okay. Then in Central region, 45 for Bawumia,
45%,
and 39 for Alan in Central region. And Ken 16%.
16% for Ken.
Then Eastern region, Bawumia is 46%. Alan 26%, and Ken 25%.
That's close in the Eastern region.
Yes,
between Alan
and Ken. Among MPP supporters. Then you look at Greater Accra, Bawumia is on 47%.
47.
Yes, Alan 38%, and Kennedy 14%. Northeast, Bawumia 78%, Alan 22%.
78%, 22%.
Yeah.
Ken does not even feature.
Ken is on 0, in fact.
Really?
Yeah, in Northeast.
In Northeast?
Yes. In Northern region, Bawumia 50%, Alan 42%.
50-42.
And Ken 6%.
Ken has 6%.
So Northern region doesn't look very good for Bawumia.
And
the gap is close.
Very close.
OT, Bawumia is 63%
in OT.
31 for Alan and 6 for Kennedy. In Savannah, Bawumia 83%. 83%. Alan 13. And then you come to Upper East, Bawumia 78, Alan 16, Ken 5. Dominant.
Upper East.
Yes. And when you come to Upper West, Bawumia is 69. You have Ken 25. Sorry, Alan 25%. And then you come to voter region. You have Alan around 60%, Bawumia 14%.
16.
Yes, let me just confirm the figures. 44% for Bawumia and 60. Let me check the numbers a bit. And 50% for Alan.
So Alan is leading in the voter
region. Yes. Not by huge margin.
Okay.
And then Western North, Bawumia is on roughly 40%, and Alan 42%.
Okay.
And then Western North, Bawumia 60%, Alan 30%.
So if you do a regional breakdown from what you've said so far, Bawumia takes the majority of the regions.
Yes. But then when you add up the alliance against him, he might be in trouble.
He'll be in trouble.
Yeah.
Except for the north where it seems to be. Except
northern region is about 50%. So anywhere that is about 50%, he will win those by he could win those by slim margin.
Okay.
But where he's doing below, let's say 45%, then the alliance against him could undo him.
Could undo him.
Yes.
Okay. That's an interesting. But did you also do a regional breakdown of NPP versus NDC
in the national? Yes, we did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Let's look at Bawumia against Mahama in the national election. In the national election, Bawumia against Mahama, Bawumia wins Ahafo 65%, Mahama 31%.
Oh, okay.
In Ashanti region, Bawumia wins 60%, Mahama wins 29%.
29%, okay.
In Bono region, Mahama wins 59%, Bawumia 32%.
32%.
Yes. In Bono East, Mahama 70%, Bawumia. Oh, sorry, I think this is Alan Chiramatin. Sorry.
Okay.
Let me just get the right data. Okay. Okay. This is Bawumia and Mahama in the region. In Ahafo, Bawumia on 65.
Okay.
Or 66%. 66. And Mahama 30%.
Okay.
In Ashanti region, Bawumia 54%.
54%.
Yes. And Mahama 30%. In Bono region, Bawumia 50, Mahama 46.
Okay.
In Bono East, Bawumia 25, Mahama 72.
Okay.
In Central region, Bawumia 26, Mahama 65.
Okay.
In Central region. In Eastern region, Bawumia 48, Mahama 42.
Okay.
In Eastern region.
That's Eastern region.
Eastern region.
Okay.
In Greater Accra, Bawumia 30%, Mahama 68%. In Greater Accra. In Northeast, Bawumia 56, Mahama 44. Northeast.
Okay, that's not it. Okay.
In the Northern region, Bawumia 28, Mahama 70%.
70%.
In Northern region.
That's fine.
And then in Otik, Bawumia 33%, Mahama 57%. Savannah, Mahama 67%, and Bawumia 32%. In Upper East, Bawumia 47, Mahama 44. Upper East? Yes.
47, 44?
Yes. Okay. Bawumia leads in Upper East.
Okay.
Upper West, Bawumia 29, Mahama 70%.
Okay.
In Volta region, Bawumia 7%, Mahama 89%.
Okay.
In Western region, Bawumia 37, Mahama 50%.
Okay.
In Western North, Bawumia 31, Mahama 49.
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting.
So Bawumia wins Ahafo, Ashanti, Bono, Northeast, and Upper East, 5 regions.
The Upper East one is where.
Yeah. In fact, there's a data to corroborate. People are saying that it's a bit weird. I say no. If you look at people who said NPP can break the 8, it includes Upper East region.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It includes Upper East region.
Yes, the regions that believe that NPP can break the 8.
Upper East region.
About 2 of them, Northeast and Upper East.
Northeast, Upper East.
Yes.
Okay. So those will be 2 battlegrounds.
Maybe we don't know that it is. As for Northeast, there we know if Bawumia is a candidate, Bawumia will win it.
Okay. We'll take Northeast.
We'll take Northeast. That one, no doubt.
Okay.
But if it's also the candidate in Upper East, there will be a battle in Upper East.
Okay. That's what you expect.
Yes.
What about Alan? How well is Alan doing?
When you go to Alan against Mahama in the regional analysis, in Ahafo, Alan is doing 65%, Mahama 31%.
Okay.
Largely the same as Bawumia.
Yeah.
But when you come to Ashanti region, Alan is now doing 60%.
60?
Yes.
It goes up to 60%.
Yes, and Bawumia was on 54. So Alan is doing 6% better in Ashanti region.
Okay.
But Mahama still does around 29%.
29%.
Yes. So it seems it's stable in Ashanti region between 29 and 30.
Okay.
Regardless of who an MPP present as a candidate. Bono region, in the case of Alan, Mahama will win Bono region.
Okay.
It flips. For some reason, Bonos don't. I don't know. They have some dislike.
In the
Alan.
case of Alan,
yes,
they'll flip.
Yeah. So Mahama now leads in Bono.
Yeah.
He leads in Bono is 70% to 26%. Central region, Mahama still 64. It was 65 before. So Alan hasn't changed the dynamics in Central region. No. No. So in this case, you could say that it's the MPP brand that is struggling, not the candidates.
Okay. So it doesn't matter who you throw in, they will have a difficulty in the central region.
Yes, that one we know.
Okay.
Then we have Greater Accra, the same thing.
The MPP brands.
In fact, in Eastern region, Alan now wins with 54%.
Okay.
6% higher than Bawumia.
Okay.
And Mahama is on 40%. So Bahama drops.
Okay.
So if Alan wins Eastern region, then he does well Eastern and Ashanti, quite remarkable. And these are the two biggest regions that MPP get their numbers from. Then you have Northeast. If Alan is a candidate, Mahama leads in Northeast.
Northeast.
Yes. Now Mahama 5-2, Alan 47. It's still close, but he will take it.
Interesting.
Then you have Northern region, 72 for Mahama, because those who will be voting for Bawumia because it's one of them now shift to Bawumia. And then you have 26 for Alan, and then in OT 58 for Mahama and 32 for Alan. It doesn't change that much in OT. In Savannah it's 71. Mahama goes up slightly 2% compared to 27% for Alan. And then in upper East now Mahama wins if it's not Bawumia. You see what is happening there? Yes,
Mahama will win.
Before Bawumia was leading by 3%, but now it is clear if it's not Bawumia, Mahama will take it easily.
Okay.
Then you have Upper West 71-29, it doesn't change. Voter region 89, it doesn't change. And then Western region 47-46 against Alan. It's very close, almost tied.
Okay.
So you can see the difference between Bawumia and Alan in Western region. Then you have Western North, Mahama 50% and Alan 33%. So this is the regional breakdown of those areas.
Well, we have to bring this to a close, and I'll ask you, so what's the major message you're getting from this post?
I think for John Mahama, he's stable in the race. MPP candidates are not very stable, and that is understandable because they haven't chosen their candidate yet.
Okay.
Once that decision is made, I think we'll have a stable race going forward.
Okay.
And also the trends that counts against Bawumia seems to be improving.
Okay.
Standard of living, direction of the country, approval of the president is improving. And once this go in the right direction, I think his numbers will stabilize and probably improve. But if it takes 10 to the worst, he will suffer consequently. Consequently.
Mr. Musa Dankwa, thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Always a pleasure talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
But before you go, there was a question that a lawyer says I should ask you. That have you also considered the fact that the MPP base is usually bigger than the NDC base? That might weight.
When you say base, you see, we always talk about the MPP base is bigger. Nobody has any percentage to say that MPP is X% and NDC is Y%.
Okay.
But what we are doing is that wherever we go, we pick a sample of people who say they are MPP or they are NDC.
Okay.
At the moment, those we spoke to, 34% are MPP, 32 are NDC.
Okay.
Some said they not disclose, but we know they are either MPP or NDC.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but we are tracking these numbers over time. We'll have a moving average over the last year or two. What proportion of people are really MPP and NDC, and we'll use that for future analysis.
I see. Thank you. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Always a pleasure talking to you. Mr. Musa Dankwa is the Executive Director, Global Info Analytics. Join us this morning. Nancy, we have to conclude. Before Nancy comes, Nancy has an announcement to go through. Before she does that, I'd like to remind you that if you want to start a factory, if you want to enter into a business and the idea you are considering is to produce cement blocks, concrete, then the people you need to be speaking to is Future Life Ventures. Future Life Ventures. They will ensure that you have the equipments you need, no matter which type of concrete block you want to produce. It doesn't matter. You just decide what type of concrete block. Speak to them. They'll get you the machines you need. They are a representative of one of the biggest cement block machine producing factories in China. So just get in touch with them and speak to them. They'll get you the machine you need. Also, if you need cement blocks, call Future Life Ventures. You can find them at Dodoa, Rama Town, Flatland Bus last stop. Just follow the sign. They have a sign when you get to the last stop, or give them a call 0243 552688 or 059 177 6885 or 059 818 3202. That's Future Life Ventures. And also don't forget, this is the best time to buy an Adipa bed set. An Adipa bed set is a mattress, a base, and a headboard, all in one, made with superior materials to last a lifetime. And if you buy at this time, they'll give you a 10% discount. 10% discount. So get in touch with Ashform 0243 200 729 or 0248 005300. Ashform, feel it, know it. So, Nancy.
Yes, may I please have your attention for this funeral announcement? Togbega Gazari, Paramount Chief of Aveme Traditional Area. Togbega Teprehodo, the 4th Paramount Chief of Amfuega Traditional Area and the President of the Volta Regional House of Chiefs. Mamaga Aloglu, the 1st Paramount Queen Mother, Aveme Traditional Area. Zikpito Kuku Grona, Stool Father, Aveme Amanfru. Apeto Mensa Mojagu Ata Vino. Apeto George Agbenku Vino. Brigadier General retired DLK Kluche. The Parish Priest, Christ the King Catholic Church, Accra. The Parish Priest, St. Michael Catholic Church, Aveme Daingba. Regretfully announce the demise of their beloved Mrs. Helen Divine Obimpe. The sad event occurred on 3rd May 2023 at the 37 Military Hospital. Funeral arrangements are as follows. Pre-burial mass is on Friday, 28th July 2023 at 9 a.m. at the Christ the King Catholic Church, Cantonment, Accra, and the dress code is black. Waykeeping is on the same day, Friday, 28th July 2023 at Aveme Amanfrum, North Dine District, Volta Region. Burial mass is on Saturday, 29th July 2023 at Aveme Amanfrum Junior High School Park, and the dress code is black. Burial is at the St. Michael Catholic Church Cemetery, Aveme Daingba, immediately after burial service. Final funeral rites will take place at the family house at Aveme Amanfrum soon after burial. Thanksgiving Mass is on Sunday, 30th July 2023 at the St. Michael Catholic Church, Aveme Daingba, and the dress code is black and white. Widower is Commodore Steve Obimpe. Children, Kenneth Obimpe, Dr. Mrs. Mabel Adamali Johnson, Mrs. Cheryl Fiajomo, Daniel Steve Jr., and Henry Obimpe. All friends and sympathizers are cordially invited.
Thank you. Well, so we're done with the Good Morning Conversation for today. Chami Bajumba is up next with the mid-morning show when the King's on air. Where else would you rather go? So stick and stay with us.
Okay, I know what you're saying. They say the love radio goes so bad, and radio go DJs are so wicked, and radio go presenters are smooth, and the defense is so clear. I can't talk so fast. Come on, you're on air. Come on.
Drop this. Care Day is here again! Hooray! Kiddie Eye Care Day is a day where children from 0 to 17 years get to enjoy free eye examinations, free glasses, and free medications. This year, Kiddie Eye Care Day is running for 5 days from Monday the 28th of August